So whenever we are going to calculate the cost of the query, there are many parameters available. There are many parameters responsible to calculate the cost, right? So whenever we are running any kind of problem, whenever we want to write a query for any kind of problem or any kind of thing, then there are many scenarios are there, or there are many queries will be possible for the same problem, right? You already have studied SQL or MySQL in your second year. So there you might have learned that if I am requiring, if I want to solve, or if I want to get a particular information from any relation or table, then there can be multiple queries for the same result, right? So that scenario I am going to talk about. Whenever we want to calculate, or whenever we want to do the query, whenever we want to evaluate the whenever we want to get the information from any relation, we will be required. There are many efficient query evaluation plans are there. Out of that, whichever the best one that your system chooses, right? That is called as query optimization. So in a simpler way, or in a simple definition, if I want to tell you, then query optimization is the process of selecting the efficient query plan, or efficient query evaluation plan, which is best among the many possible solutions or many possible queries. That is called as optimization. So there are two terminologies. The first one is query and second one is optimization. The first one is query and second one is optimization. So query is nothing but, already you know what do you mean by query. I am not going to talk about that. And second one is optimization. Optimization means what? The best one, that is called as optimized. So whenever we are running the query, there can be many query evaluation plans, right? Depending on the CPU, it chooses, or it depends on your CPU which particular query evaluation plan your CPU chooses, and it will definitely choose the best one, right? So that process is called as the query optimization. Now I'll give you the example. In example you will have very clear idea what I am trying to talk about. Here you can see I am projecting the name. You can see this particular part. Project name, comma, title, then select department name is equals to computer, okay, such that from where I am going to select department name is equals to computer, there is a join of instructor joining with teachers, and that is joining with course ID. You can see this query is little bit typical. Instructor instructor is joining with teachers, right? Let me This instructor is joining with teachers, and this teachers is again joined with course ID, and that I am going to select from the another course. That course is nothing but I am going to select the course ID and title from the another relation, that is nothing but this course, right? So if I want to frame it in a, what I can say, in a the evaluation tree or query tree, then it will be like this. Here you will have very clear idea what I am going to do. See, the here, if I am looking the evaluation plan of that particular query, it will look like this. How it will look like? See, what is saying, I am going to select the name and title, the top of the tree or root of the tree. I am whatever the output I will require, that will be definitely on the root of the tree. So I am going to select, I am going to project the name and title, from where I am going to where I will get this output name and title, such that I am going to select it from department name is equals to computer, right? You can see here department name, here this particular part, department name is equals to computer, right? And that is get joined with instructor. So you can see here I am having instructor, and again I am having a join, again I am having a join. That join is with teaches, right? And again it is going to join with the project's name, title, and that I am going to select from the course. So there are two joins are there. You can see here the first join here I am having, and the second join here I am having. So here also you can see I am having two joins. The first join is this and second join is this. पहिला join कोणामध्ये आहे? Instructor आणि the first join is between instructor and the another part, that is nothing but this particular part. So you can see here this particular part, okay. And then the second is nothing but this second join is between teachers and this course id and title, which I am going to select from the course. So this particular part, okay. So in this way it will look like. So this is the query evaluation plan, okay. What do you mean by query evaluation plan? Your query evaluation plan will look like this. Now who plans this? हे जे query evaluation plan तुम्हाला दिसत आहेत, हे query evaluation plan कोणी तयार केलेत? We are not going to create, right? Your language, whichever the language you are using, either SQL or the SQL server or MySQL server, those are going to create this the query evaluation plan. You can see this whenever the practical will start. If the probably if the practical starts, I'll try to I will try to show you this the query evaluation plan when the practical comes, right? So this is nothing but the evaluation plan of the query. Now suppose this particular query I have written, right? This particular query I have written, and I am going to transform this into another part. So what I am going to do, you can see, if I want to transform this, after transforming, what I will get? After transforming, again I am going to select, I am going to project name and title from department name is equals to computer. Here instructor is joining with teaches, and that is joining with course id comma title with course. Now this is the transformed query, but how it will look like? It will look like this. You can see there I am having what? I am having there project select the project name and title, such that again there are two joins are there. The first join is between teachers and course, and the second join is between, what I can say, whatever the output I will get, that I am going to join with instructor, such that department name is equals to computer, right? So if you are reading this query carefully, then you will understand whatever I am trying to tell you, okay. So this is the transformed query. पण या दोघांमध्ये काय फरक आहे? Are you able to see? This is the transformed query and this is the original query. This is the original query which I have written, and this is nothing but the transformed query, right? What is the difference? You can see here the difference is this. The difference is here this particular part is as it is. You can see here this particular part is as it is, right? What has changed? What has changed? This department name and compute, this department name is equals to computer, that I am going to apply first and then I am going to join. इथे मी काय केलंय? In this particular part, what I have done, first I am going to join them. You can see here first I am going to join them and then I am going to select, right? इथे मी काय केलंय? First I am going to select and then I am going to join, right? So what will be the impact of this? जर मी असं केलं तर काय फरक पडणार आहे माझ्या? Whatever the cost I will get, what will be the impact of that? See, what is the impact that I will show you. जर मी असं केलं, समजा if I am saying I am having, are you able to see? Are you able to see? Let me come back. Are you able to see whatever I am presenting there? Because I have changed the app, I have changed, so sometimes there is a problem, so that's why I am asking. Okay, visible. Okay. So here what I am trying to tell you, माझ्याकडे तीन टेबल आहे. पहिला टेबल कुठला आहे? I am having one table as instructor. I am having one table as instructor. I am having another table as teaches, and I am having one table as course. Right? This table is there, this table is there, and this table is there. Okay, these are the tables and three tables I am having. If I am saying that की या instructor table मध्ये माझ्याकडे एक 100 टपल्स आहेत, टीचर्स मध्ये माझ्याकडे मी म्हणतोय की एक रफली 200 टपल्स आहेत, आणि कोर्स मध्ये मी म्हणतोय की माझ्याकडे एक रफली 300 टपल्स आहेत. Okay, means 300 rows. In instructor I am having 100 rows, in teachers I am having 200 rows, and in course I am having 300 rows. Right, these many rows I am having. Okay, atta. So what I am going to do, see here, in instructor how many rows I am having? 100. Right, in instructor how many rows I am having? 100. In instructor I am having 100 rows, in teachers I am having 200 rows, and in course I am having 300 rows. Okay, in course I am having 300 rows. Okay, suppose आता बघा, what I am doing here, these 200 and 300 are going to join, but out of this 300 which I am going to select name and title, right? So after joining this, whatever the suppose I got 300 rows. After joining it, suppose I got 300 rows, and this again I am going to join, suppose I got 400 rows, right? And then I am going to select this computer from those 400 tuples. या 400 टपल मध्ये, या 400 टपल पैकी जिथे जिथे डिपार्टमेंट नेम इज इक्वल्स टू कम्प्युटर असेल, दोज मेनी टपल्स I am going to select. So for a sake of time, I have got 150 tuples as an answer. Means the project name and title, so 150 total tuples are there as a result of the query, or 150 rows are there. Okay, now the same here, what is happening here? I am having 100 tuples, here I am having 200 tuples, and here I am having 300 tuples, right? Out of that, just I have told you, here I am going to select 200 out of 200, but here I am applying directly 300 tuples, so those 300 will come here directly. Suppose as we have done here, the same I am doing here. But here you can see, या particular ह्याच्यामध्ये मी काय केलंय, I am going to select department name and computer first, and then I am going to add them, right? So मी काय करणार, या 100 टपल्स पैकी, या 100 टपल्स पैकी जिथे डिपार्टमेंट नेम इज इक्वल्स टू कम्प्युटर आहे, ओनली दोज टपल्स I am going to select. So that's why here out of those tuples only 50 tuples are there, only 50 tuples are there who is satisfying department name is equals to computer. म्हणजे जिथे डिपार्टमेंट नेम इज इक्वल्स टू कम्प्युटर आहे, असे किती आहेत माझ्याकडे टपल्स, किती रोज आहेत माझ्याकडे? फक्त 50 रोज आहेत, राईट? नाव आय एम गोइंग टू जॉईन देम. सो मला किती मिळतं आहे? रफली इथे 150 रोज. आन्सर तर तेच मिळतं आहे, बट द कॉस्ट इज रिड्यूस्ड, यू कॅन सी. कारण की मला इथे किती टपल्स बघायला लागत होते टोटल, हे 100 आणि हे म्हणजे टोटल इथे जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर मला हे किती बघायला लागते बघा, दिस 100 and दिस 300, सो रफली इट बिकम्स 400. म्हणजे मला किती रोज चेक करायला लागत आहेत? आय नीड टू चेक 400 रोज or 400, yes, 400 rows, right? But here what is the scene? Here the scenario is different, because I am going to join this 50 and 300, so number of rows will be reduced, right? So here I have given very, what I can say, the example, just for the sake of an example. So that's why after transforming the query, the number of rows which I need to search is less, the number of tuples which I need to fetch out is less. That's why the cost is less. Here I have taken only 100, 200 and 300, but in real time there can be many rows, right? So accordingly it will change, you will get the answer. So this is, that's why I am saying, now you can see here here the query is optimized. Okay, that is nothing but the query optimization. Now there are some rules are there by which the query optimization will get performed. So that rules I am going to talk about. So that is called as equivalence rules, right? So what these equivalence rules are there, that I will talk about. Equivalence rules are nothing but, for equivalence rules you will be requiring what? Equivalence rule. So for equivalence rule, what do you mean by equivalence rule, that we'll see. An equivalence rule is the rule which are in such that the first form of expression can be replaced by the second form of expression, right? Kasa, what do you mean by this equivalence rule? The equivalence rule is nothing but, now see, what do you mean by rule? Rule is nothing but the query. If in a simple exam, in a simple way, if I want to tell you, rule is nothing but a query. For the sake of simplicity, if I am saying, in the beginning I have told you, if I am writing like this, जर मी समजा असं लिहिलं, if I am writing like this, project name select id is equals to something, right? Is there, and if I am writing select id and project name, right? Will I be getting the same output, right? So just for the sake of simplicity I am telling you, so these both the queries are equivalent, right? Means what? If I am writing the queries in different forms, and if both the forms are equivalent, if both the forms are giving me the same result, then those rules are called as equivalence rules, right? What I am trying to tell you, if I am writing a query for anything, so there can be multiple queries, but if I am writing if both the queries are giving me the same output, if both the queries are returning me the same output, then it is called as equivalence rule. Okay, then is the screen visible? Is the screen visible? Yes. Okay. Okay. So that is nothing but the equivalence rule. So definition has been written. If I am able to transform the first form of expression into another form, then it is called as equivalence rule, right? So there are different rules we are going to talk about, but for that purpose we will be requiring some notations. So त्यापैकी जो पहिला notation है हा आहे theta 1 theta 2 and theta 3, theta 1 theta 2 up to theta n, that indicates the predicates which we apply on the relations. Then I am having the next one is L1 L2 up to Ln, that denotes the list of attributes. L1 L2 up to Ln, that denotes the list of attributes. E1 E2 E3 up to En, these are nothing but the relational algebra expressions. E1 E2 E3 are nothing but the relational algebra expression. Expression म्हणजे काय? It expression is nothing but a query in a simple form. If I want to tell you, relational algebra expression means what? Here I have written what? This is nothing but an expression. Here I have written this is nothing but an expression. This is also an expression. So expression can be anything. That's why I am naming it as a expression only, not a query. So it denotes the relational algebra expression. E1, E2, E3, L1, L2, L3 are nothing but the list of attributes, and theta 1, theta 2 up to theta n are nothing but the list of predicates. Okay, then now there are different operations are there. The first operation is nothing but this. Selection operations are commutative. Selection operations are commutative. How it is commutative? See, if I am writing sigma theta 1 sigma theta 1 in bracket sigma theta 2 sigma theta 1 in bracket sigma theta 2 of any expression, sigma theta 1 of sigma theta 2 of any expression E is equals to, it can be commutative. If I am writing sigma theta 2 is equals to sigma theta 1 of epsilon, mean to say what, if I am writing like this, जर मी इथं लिहिलं की select name, select id from instructor, and if I am writing select id, select name from instructor, will I be getting the same output? दोघांचा पण मला सेमच आउटपुट मिळणार आहे, because both the queries will give me the same output, right? So what I have done here, I have written sigma name and sigma id, means id and name, these are nothing but the attributes. So these attributes I have changed, right? मी अगोदर सिग्मा इथे लिहिला होता, आता सिग्मा नेम इथे लिहिला होता, आता सिग्मा नेम इथे लिहिला, काय फरक पडला? There is no change in the output. I will be getting, still I will be getting the same output, right? So that is nothing but your selection operations are commutative. Then this is the first operation, operation number 1. Then I am having the conjunctive selection operations can be constructed. Sorry, here it is not, it is not deconstructed, it is constructed only. Don't read it as deconstructed, it is constructed. Conjunctive selection operation can be constructed into a sequence of individual selection operations, right? Atta just now we have seen one query, you can see here. Yes, we have written here only. मी इथे लिहिलंय सिग्मा नेम इन ब्रॅकेट सिग्मा आय डी ऑफ इन्स्ट्रक्टर. असं जर लिहिण्यापेक्षा जर मी असं लिहिलं, इफ आय एम रायटिंग सिग्मा नेम कॉमा आय डी फ्रॉम इन्स्ट्रक्टर, it will be the same, right? Sigma name comma id is equals sigma name comma id from instructor, so still I'll be getting the same output, right? So that is the meaning, that is the example of this particular rule. Conjunctive selection operation can be constructed into a sequence of individual selection operation, right? So you can see it is also called as cascading select. This particular scenario is also called as cascading select operation, because we are going to apply the selection operation number of times. So you can see I am selecting here select theta 1 comma theta 2 from expression E. So I can split it into select theta 1, select theta 2 into epsilon. Just now I have given select name comma id from instructor, so it will become what, select name in bracket select id from expression. Okay, done. Then the third rule is there. The third rule says what, only final operations in the sequence of projection operation is needed and others can be discarded. This transformation is also called as cascaded projection. Now as we are having here cascaded select, in the same way we are having cascaded projection. What is the difference? The same we can apply. Project L1, project L2, project L1, project L1 in bracket project L2 in bracket project L3, and whatever the expressions we want to write is equals to project L1 comma L2 comma L3 from that expression. That is the meaning. So it is nothing but the cascaded projection. Okay, then. So these are the three rules. Likewise, there are 12-13 rules are there that we are going to discuss. Then I am having the next one as theta oh okay, I am having the next rule as theta join operation are commutative. Theta join operations are commutative in a simple way. Join operations are commutative. So definitely join operations are commutative. Either you do expression 1 joining with expression 2, mean to say, like we have seen the example, if I am having instructor and teaches, so if I am doing instructor joining with teaches, or if I am doing teaches joining with instructor, I'll be getting the same output. So the theta join operations are always commutative. The next one is the select operation can combine with the Cartesian product and theta join. That is also is applicable. The the selection operation can be combined with the Cartesian product and theta join operation. So you can see here the selection operation I have combined with theta join, right? I am combining with the cross product. So if I am doing a Cartesian product, that is nothing but the cross product of expression 1 and expression 2, it can be written like this: E1 the theta join E2. Then I am having the next one, that is nothing but the natural join. So what natural join is saying? Natural join operations are associative. Natural join operations are associative. So if I am writing expression 1 natural join with expression 2, which is natural join with expression 3, so it can be written as expression 1 E1 is joining with E2, and then the result will get joined with E3. The next operation is there, that is nothing but the set operation. Union and intersections are commutative. Yes, definitely they are commutative. तुम्ही E1 union E2 लिया किंवा E2 union E1 लिया, you will get the same output. Or if you write E1 intersection E2 or E2 intersection E1, still you will be getting the same output. Then the number 8 is set difference is not commutative. Yes, this is very important. Set difference is not commutative. Why? That also I'll show you here. See, जर मी समजा if I am writing like this, माझ्याकडे if I am writing A means okay, I'll take, if I am saying the instructor minus teaches, right, and if I am doing teaches minus instructor, we will be getting the same output. याचा आउटपुट वेगळा असेल, याचा आउटपुट वेगळा असेल. These both are not same, right? Because जे instructor मध्ये आहेत पण teachers मध्ये नसायला पाहिजे, आणि जे teachers मध्ये आहे ते instructor मध्ये नसायला पाहिजे. So both are different, both will give me this different output. That's why they are not commutative. The next operation is the union and intersections are associative. Yes, definitely they are associative. They are commutative also. Yeah. E1 union E2 union E3 comes out to be E1 union of E2 union E3. Likewise, the intersection is also there. And next one is the selection operation. The selection operation is distributive over union, intersection, and set difference operation. See this particular rule. What is saying? Okay, let me wipe it out. Rest of the here what is saying? See this rule. The selection operation distribute the union and the selection operation is distributive over union, intersection, and set difference operation. Now what is the meaning of this? If I am applying the selection operation on union, what is happening? See, select E1 minus E2, that is set difference. Okay, I will take union, this one, the last one. If I am select any predicate from E1 union E2, so it will be, if I am splitting it, select E1 then union of select E2. Yes, definitely possible. Or I am doing intersection, select E1 intersection E2, and if I am splitting it, you can see select E1 intersection of select E2. Definitely in the same way, select E1 minus E2, so select E1 minus of select E2. Definitely possible. Then The next one is there, that is nothing but okay, I'm not able to get the pen here. Let me check. Okay, let it be. You can see it. The next one is projection operation is distributive over union operation. So project operation P, the project operation pi, I am going to the projection on E1 union E2 is equals to project E1 union of project E2. This you can learn it by reading itself because there is nothing in this. Then the next one is the next operation is selection operation is distributive over theta join operation under the following condition. This condition is very important. What is saying? It distribute when all the attributes in this is in the selection condition. And second condition is it involves only a attribute is one of the operation of the join. Right? What is saying? The selection operation distributes over the theta join operation under the following condition. Selection operation distributes over theta join कधी in two condition. पहली condition क्या है? Condition number 1 is that it distributes when all the attributes is in the selection condition. All the attributes is in the selection condition, and it will involve only the attribute O as one of the operation of the join. So you can see here, mean to say जो attribute मला इथे select करायचं आहे ना, can't write here because चलो I'll do one thing. If I am writing here, if I am writing select any attribute, if I am selecting name, then whenever I am doing a join, theta join of any two relations, if I am saying E1 and if I am saying E2, then whatever here I am naming that must be here name. Then and then only I can apply the selection operation for distribution. That is the meaning. So you can see then and then only it will be select theta 1 of E1, then theta join with E2. Okay, then the next one is it distributes when the selection condition involves only the attribute E1 and theta 2 and only the attribute of theta 2, right? So select theta 1 and theta 2 such that this the select theta 1 and theta 2 such that E1 joining with E2, and you can see this theta 1 is associated with E1 and theta 2 is associated with E2, then it will get splitted, otherwise not. And next one is the projection operation distributes over the theta join operation under the following condition. The condition is this: let L1 and L2 be the attributes of E1 and E2, L1 and L2 be the attributes of E1 and E2, and suppose that the join operation or theta join operation involves only the attributes L1 union L2. So you can see here projection of L1 union L2, which I am going to apply on theta join, which is on E1 and E2. So projection L1 union L2 on E1 theta join with E2. How they are going to split? Projection of L1 of E1, then theta join with projection of L2 with E2. So this is the terminology. These are the different equivalence rules are there. Number of times in your exam they are asking these rules, the equivalence rules of the optimization. Okay, so this is all for today. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. Okay.